as the lens when we think about violence, sexuality, the environment, women's unpaid work. We are using the lens of power. So the whole week we're really speaking about power. The difference with yesterday and today is that we're just steeped in it. We're soaking ourselves in the question and the questions about power, so that we take these questions with us in the following days, okay? So when we finish today at lunchtime, it doesn't mean now we're done with power, right? Because power is central to a feminist analysis, right? When we try to understand the world, understanding the world, trying to understand the world means that we're doing an analysis. So when we try to understand the world, or when we try to analyze the world, as feminists, we do so using the ideas of power, okay? So we're going to take it along with us through the week. Okay. So we ended yesterday with, you had to each write down one question, remember? Yeah? Has everybody got their questions from yesterday?
I haven't written down.
You've got it in your head?
I've got it in my head.
Okay.
I read everything.
Okay, your head is a good place to keep it, no problem. Okay, everybody else? Has anybody not got a question? Okay, so we're going to give a few more minutes. You need two things. You need a question that came out of yesterday for you, the morning, the afternoon. And you need one of the concepts. Remember the concepts? Remember the feminist concepts? What is the concept? What is it when we say feminist concept? What are we talking about? A what? What is it, a concept? When we say the feminist concepts, what are they? The ideas, right? Feminist ideas, right? It's just another word for an idea. It's a feminist idea. Can somebody name me one feminist idea from yesterday? One idea about power from yesterday?
Autonomy.
Autonomy, excellent, right? That is a feminist idea, right? It's a feminist concept. It's a feminist idea. When we try to understand what's wrong with the world, what kind of world we want to create, we take that word autonomy and we say, okay, let's look at the world and see how much autonomy do women have, right? So that's a feminist idea or a feminist concept, right? Another one? Interests. Okay, excellent. Another feminist question or idea or concept. Interests. What did we say yesterday? What does interest mean?
What do you want?
Yeah, what do I want or what do they want, right? We're trying to understand power. We ask, what are their interests? What is the interest of the government of South Africa today? What is the main interest? Is it to remain in power? Or is it to ensure that ordinary people have access and control over resources and over their own lives? What is the interest of the government? What is the interest of my partner? Is the interest of my partner to ensure that our relationship is based on gentleness and love, or does my partner have another interest, right? That's an important feminist idea. Another one? Patriarchy, okay? And what is patriarchy? What did we say it is? Those who don't have questions should be thinking about their questions while we do this, right? What is patriarchy? Say it.
It's a system that is used
to oppress? Okay, so it's a system, very important to say, it's a system of oppression or domination, yeah? Over who? Who are the main targets of patriarchy? Patriarchy is pervasive, right? And it affects everyone, but who are the main targets?
Women.
Women, right? System of oppression or domination over women. And it connects to other kinds of power. We're going to talk about that today. Patriarchy, a really important feminist idea or feminist concept. When we look at the world outside, we take that feminist idea and we say, what does patriarchy look like? What is it doing? And what is it doing to us? How does it look? What does it do? What impact does it have on our lives? That is a feminist analysis. When you take a feminist idea, turn it into a question, look at how we organize ourselves. Are we patriarchal? Right? So are we sometimes using power over? So we start asking those questions, and when we are asking and answering those questions, we are doing a feminist analysis. Okay? Another one. So what have we got so far? Let's capture them as we go. Patriarchy, interests, autonomy. Let's have another one. So, one person? Anyone?
Collusion.
Collusion. Okay. What is collusion? What is collusion? Give us an example that will explain what collusion is.
It's a woman is manipulating other women.
Okay, so when we replicate patriarchy, the word replicate means to continue or to copy, right? To copy. So when we replicate or copy patriarchy, so the way I relate to you, I'm rude to you, I'm disrespectful, I embarrass you, I make you feel small and ashamed, I am replicating or copying patriarchy, right? And when I do that, I am in collusion. I am in collusion with patriarchy, right? Okay. Another one? You're doing well, this is great. You can look at your notes. Give us another one.
Marginalization.
Marginalization, which is what? There was a couple of words that were similar to marginalization, remember? What is it? Exclusion. We had exclusion as well, very important, because that's what power does, right? The purpose of power over is to exclude as many people as possible from accessing justice, their rights, resources, services, jobs, yeah? The more people you can exclude, the more there is for those who want to dominate, right? So exclusion is a very important word for feminist analysis. Any more?
Choice.
Choice, very important. Choice, and we're going to speak a little bit more about choice because I think we just touched on it yesterday, and it's central. It's one of the central ideas. Choice, decision making, consent. Those are central, like really important ideas that we have to use when we're trying to look at the world and say what is wrong with the world. Choice, options, remember? Choice, options. What's the other one that was similar to that? Decision, consent. What is consent? When I sign that form, is that consent? When you sign a form, is that consent? Huh? It could be, but it could not be also, right? Signing a form, going to the hospital, and they say, okay, you HIV positive and you're pregnant, you need to abort this baby. You know that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah? you need to abort this baby because you're living with HIV, you can't have a baby. Sign this form. And you sign the form, that's it's written on the top, consent form. When you sign, are you giving consent? Necessarily. Not necessarily, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit more about consent today, because I think it's quite important and we didn't do enough of it yesterday. Anything else? Control. Okay. Really important. Control. Women need control. We need control. If this is my body, I must be able to control it, right? I must be able to control and decide who is this body, who does this body desire? Huh? What kind of other bodies or persons does this body desire? Is this body going to fall pregnant? Is this body going to have children, or is it not? I must be able to be in control. That's linked very directly to choice, right?
We also talk about the standpoint.
Okay, good. Standpoint. What is it? The standpoint. Say, this is my standpoint. My opinion, but it's my opinion from where I stand, right? So we don't pretend to be neutral. Remember we spoke about neutrality and objectivity and bias. They say don't be biased, don't be objective. We don't operate like that. We know that we always have an opinion. It's based on our experience. It's based on who we are in the world. It's based on our politics, what we believe is wrong with the world, how to fix the world. We always have a standpoint, okay? And when we are analyzing as feminists, when we take autonomy and ask, how is autonomy looking in the world for women? We're asking that question from a standpoint, right? And that standpoint is that I'm Dawn. I am a middle-aged woman. I am a feminist. I am black. I am sexual, right? So that's my standpoint. So when I ask about autonomy, all of those things that I just said, I'm going to use those to understand autonomy. That's my standpoint, right? So we analyze not from a place of neutrality and be a blank slate. Just look at this clean and in this objective way. No. We do our analysis, we ask our feminist questions based on who we are, right? From where I stand. That standpoint. From where I stand. Okay? Any more? Okay, great. So I'm going to ask you to just with the person sitting next to you, if there's any one of these that you're not too sure of, just discuss with the person sitting next to you, and because I want us to all be on the same page with these, okay? If there's any of these that you feel a little bit unsure, a little bit hazy, quick discussion, pull out one that you're not sure of, discuss it with the person next to you.